On Memorial Day, we remember those who fell in battle. This is a speech that I gave in the Virginia Senate about PFC Gary Martini, who died fighting for this country and won the Medal of Honor.
We were surrounded by a division of North Vietnamese elite forces and a division of Main Force Viet Cong. There was a reinforced battalion of North Vietnamese regular forces. They were very hardened. They were the elite of the elite. They had dug in and they had prepared. There was initially a very sharp clash. The commander, the Fox Company commander, ordered an attack across an open rice paddy, and they got halfway across the rice paddy, and then they were met by the thunderous roar of the guns from the enemy battalion, and the Marines were cut down in great numbers. The field was littered with dead. So Gary Martini looked out and he slipped across the rice paddy dike. He ran zigzag across the field towards the enemy. He got very close to them, and then he hurled grenades into the enemy lines, killing a number of the North Vietnamese who were there firing on the wounded Marines who remained out in the field. In the course of this, Gary Martini was wounded very seriously. He made his way back to the relative safety of the trench line at the other side of the rice paddy. And from there, he observed as another Marine ran out to save the lives of some of the wounded Marines who lay out there. And when he did, he saw that the other Marine was killed. And notwithstanding that, he ran out, and he, again, wounded as he was, he ran out right in front of the enemy guns, grabbed one of the Marines, dragged him back to safety, and then while he was there, and chaos engulfed the entire battlefield. Everywhere, Fox Company was overwhelmed. And he heard one of his friends, a fellow named Boudreau, PFC Boudreau, he was badly wounded, and he yelled out, he said, "Martini, you got to help me." And Martini couldn't leave his friend to die. And so he ran back out directly under the enemy guns, and he grabbed Boudreau by the belt, and as he did, he was struck again by the enemy fire, and he was mortally wounded, and he fell to the ground, and he dragged Boudreau as he bled his own life's blood on the ground, and he dragged him perhaps 300 feet back to the Marine trenches. Some of the Marines started out to help him, and he said, no, he said, don't come out, you could just get killed. And he dragged Boudreau to safety, and then he fell dead. In the course of this, he had saved the lives of 2 Marines. He had saved others probably by his aggressive action attacking the enemy. He was a fellow from Lexington, Virginia, and this was a battle that turned out to have been the bloodiest single battle of the Marine Corps in all of the Vietnam War. In the course of this, over 900 Marines were killed, Marines and corpsmen. There were 7 who were awarded the Medal of Honor, all posthumously. So it comes a time to recognize him, and I thought I would take the opportunity, since he is a son of Virginia, to recognize his sacrifice for our nation. And really, he represents so many others. The battle continued and continued. Here's just one sample of an interview from Lance Corporal Malbouf, who was in another part of the field of battle. He was a machine gunner. He said, I fired across a 180-degree arc, across my entire front. And then all of a sudden, my assistant gunner said the rounds were falling out of the barrel. We had cooked the barrel. The assistant gunner was hit, so I changed the smoking hot barrel with my bare hands. I got hit with a concussion grenade that blew me up into the air and off the gun. I thought I'd bought the farm, but I didn't have any holes. I was trying to take care of Lance Corporal Ernesto Sanchez, who was hit with small arms fire, got a sucking chest wound. He asked if he was going to make it, and I told him he was. And then he died in my arms. Ladies and gentlemen, there's probably no one in this Senate who is more anti-war than I am, and probably none who has a greater heart for the men, for the women, for the people of this nation who are called to fight. And so I would ask that when we adjourn today, that we adjourn in the name of Medal of Honor winner PFC Gary Martini, United States Marine Corps.
Oh,